All right, okay, so it says here the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 26. Okay, I started 25 again. And Absalom made Amasa captain of the host instead of Joab, which Amasa was a man's son, whose name was Ithra, an Israelite, that went in to Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, sister to Zeruiah, Joab's mother. So, who is Zeruiah? Zeruiah is this whose sister. So, First Chronicles chapter 2, verse 16. It's talking about David, his family, through Boaz and Jesse, King David, whose sisters were Zeruiah and Abigail. This one got the child with here. Let me read on. And the sons of Zeruiah, Zeruiah were, their names were Abishai and Joab and Asahel. 3. Asahel died by Abner, in the war from Benjamin and Benjamin versus Judah. In that war, Asahel died. And Abigail bare Amasa. The father of Amasa was Jether, the Ishmaelite. The Ishmaelite. Okay. Right. So here it says that his name is also changed here. Here is Jether, the Ishmaelite. And here it's Ithra, the Israelite. So the Ishmaelite or the Israelite is a little tricky thing going on around there. You'd be asking yourself, like, what just happened right there? This is like a devil did this to cause the seed of confusion, because the Heavenly Father said he is not the author of confusion. Esau is. So let's go dig it a little bit to the power of Yahweh Shai, and then therefore I will go to the book of. Well, let me jump around here a little bit. This one, okay, this one I already had. I don't need this one. This one. Don't need that. Jesse. Okay. Jesse is the father of Zeruiah. Yes. I already know that. But the reason why I put this picture here, because here it says that it says here, according to both the Hebrew Bible and the Babylonian Talmud. That's why I put it there, because it's funny that they show you what the Talmud is. The Talmud is not of the Bible. It's not the Bible. It has nothing to do with the Bible. They're telling you that it is the Babylonian thing. They're showing you right here. This is wow. This is crazy. To me, this is crazy because, that's why in the Talmud you're allowed to pop little girls, but it's actually more crueler than that. What they wrote, little babies and stuff like that. That's why they do that. I don't want to put pictures up on the Google, but just type in you need to put the word Jews. How Jews circumcise their youngs with their mouth. Just put that in, and then you click images. You go see stuff. You hope you sleep good at night. So the Babylonian Talmud, that's the book that they follow. They don't follow the scriptures, man. It's just funny. I just wanted to show that one. It's funny. Let me see here. Father Abigail, I already know that. Yeah. But they come with a lot of confusion. So don't be. This is a software that regurgitates what it has been told or what it finds that has been written somewhere else floating on the internet. Don't get me wrong. This thing actually corrected me a few times, especially the one with the 411. How long does it take to spend 1 trillion? 411 years is what I have been saying for years. Or maybe 2 years or something like that. Because I never counted it. I thought let them do the counting. This thing counted it for me, and it's like, no, it's actually 144 or 114 years to 115 years. Between 114 and 115 years. I was like, damn, I didn't know that. Well, he fixed it for me. So this thing is kind of good. It finds stuff. I'll tell you that. It finds stuff. It's a software. It does what it is programmed to do, and it will do it better than any human being upon the planet Earth, especially counting or finding stuff. You can't count more than a calculator. What makes you think you're going to count more than this software that they call AI? It doesn't have intelligence. because I can fool it. I can just, I don't know, I can do things and it won't understand what I just did, because it doesn't have intelligence, nor is it artificial. I just say it like that because I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe that Esau. I don't believe Esau. He's saying dumb shit like, dumb stuff. Sorry, the cousin. He's saying stupid stuff like, AI is going to take over the world. You really believe that a caucus male is going to just let something else be above him? Are you stupid? You believe that, man? These proud beasts upon the planet Earth, they can't even bow down to somebody that's physically superior to them. Are you crazy? There's like a person cheating, using drugs and all that there, and still taking the trophy and saying, I'm a better man than you. I win. You know, he really believes that, man. It don't care if he took drugs to win. It doesn't matter to him, man. He don't care. That's like winning a war and only doing a proxy war, meaning you from afar playing with a joystick, using it and controlling it and shooting the shit out of like a bunch of hundreds of thousands of people and killing them and winning the war. He doesn't care. It's the win that counts, man. You really think you're gonna fight fair with the devil? Like, that don't even make any sense, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 1, it explains to you, like, are you gonna go to court with these unjust people? Like, really? You believe that, man? You're funny. You're so funny. You're cute when you're stupid. So it says right here on 2 Samuel chapter 19, verse 10. And Absalom, whom we anointed over us, is dead in battle. Okay, I jumped the gun. Now, therefore, why speak ye not a word of bringing the king back? Because, you know, King David was talking to them. And King David sent to Zadok and Abiathar, the priests, saying, speak unto the elders of Judah, saying, why are ye the last to bring the king back to house? Basically to welcome me and stuff like that, you know? Seeing the speech of all Israel has come to the king, even to his house. All Israelites wanted to be down with the king. Down with the king. Down with the king. So, verse 12. Ye are my brethren. Ye are my bones and my flesh. That is a sign of family. And he was talking to Judah at this point. Wherefore then are ye the last to bring back the king? Because he was talking to the elders of Judah, like, you're my flesh and my bone. What are you talking about? Why didn't you invite me? Why are you the last ones of all? All the other tribes invited me, but you're the closest one. You're supposed to invite me, like, well, you would welcome me back and all that type of stuff, right? Let me see what I put there. Okay, right there. So it says right here on and ye say to Amasa, art thou not of my bone and of my flesh? Yahweh do so to me and more also, if thou be not captain of the host before me continually in the room of Joab. So he also put him above him. Joab did not like that, by the way. You'll figure it out later in the chapters, but he did not like that. Now he got replaced 2 times. Oh boy, he's fuming it. He's fuming at the mouth. And he bowed the heart of all the men of Judah, even as the heart of one man. So basically, all the Judites, their heart, it's like convincing one man. So he convinced hundreds of thousands of men as if it was just one man to convince, because they all came together in sync and thought, nah, he's the king, you know. And he bowed all the heart of all the men of Judah, even as the heart of one man, right? So because you can fool one man, but you can't fool them. You can fool one people, but you can't fool them all. You can fool some people, but you can't fool them all. You can please some people, but you can't please them all. You can convince some people, but you can't convince them all. Well, in this case, he convinced them all as if it was just one man to convince. So they all were in sync, convinced that he is the king, you know. So that they sent this word unto the king, return thou and all thy servants. Basically, come back, we all accept you and stuff like that, as if it was just one man. So 2 Samuel chapter 5 verse 1. Then came all the tribes to David unto Hebron, where he was king at first. In this same chapter, but I'm not going to read it right now. I already read it. Wait, I already read it. Yeah, so it says right here, unto Hebron, and spake, saying, Behold, we, all the tribes of Israel, all thy bone and thy flesh. Now, this is talking about all the tribes, but here it's talking about specifically Judah, but it's the same thing. The point is that all the 12 tribes, we are our family together, bones of my bones, flesh of my flesh. And also, by the way, this is the same thing that was in Genesis. Eve is a family member of Adam. Eve is a family member of Adam. Yeah. So, okay. So this is family. This was in this particular case. This same meaning, the same word, was actually talking about specifically Judah. But that same phrase, that same proverb, it's talking about all the 12 tribes, because we are. You know, it depends on in which case you use it. You know, this one is closer, and this one is the same word, same saying, but it's talking about all the 12 tribes, because Judah is all the 12 tribes brothers, right? So my point is that Amasa was basic, art thou not of my bone and of my flesh? He asked him, like, aren't you family, man? Aren't you of the same flesh of me? My sister is your mother. Yeah, the sister of Zeruiah, Abigail, is your mother. So we're connected. But you are connected to your father. But I'll get to that concerning the Ishmaelite thing. Now this is First Kings chapter 15 verse 5. Because David did that which was right in the eyes of the Lord, and turned not aside from anything that he commanded him, the Heavenly Father commanded him. He didn't go to the left nor to the right, as did Saul, ex-king Saul. He did that, ex-king Saul. All the days of his life, save only in the matter of Uriah. That's the only thing that he made a mistake on. I always get sad when I actually, kind of messed up there. The whole situation is fucked up. That should teach you how to be scared of girls, and that should teach you, that the Heavenly Father had mercy upon him. Still, don't go test none of these things out, because it might not work out. It might not look that good for you, if you try and do what he did. But he did it. But anyway, go on. 2 Samuel chapter 3 verse 1. Now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. And unto David were sons born in Hebron, and his firstborn was Amnon, of Ahinoam. What? Ahinoam? Yeah. Ahinoam the Jezreelite. Jezreelite. Okay, remember that one. And then the other one was an Amasa, being called flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone, but that's to his mother. I can actually click these away. I think maybe I'll need this. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I need this neither. And maybe later, I think, I don't know. This one, why people know. Sorry. Let me see something. I don't think I need this. Okay, so okay. So he was called. Where is it? Here. Okay, so he was called that, and then I'm gonna jump to over here. Okay, here I'm gonna recap it again. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh is called for the ones that are his family. And he was talking to Amasa with a question mark, like, hey, aren't you my family? Basically. Okay, so now here, one of the wives of King David was Ahinoam, and she was a Jezreelite. Okay, cool cat. Remember that word. And then here, 1 Samuel 27 and 3. And David dwelled by Achish at Gath, which was a Philistine king. He and his men, every man with his household, that was along with King David. And David with his 2 wives, this one and from a Jezreelitess and a Carmelitess, Nabal's wife that died, and then he took Abigail, which was a wise woman, by the way. It's mentioned that she was that. 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 10. It says here, so David would not remove the ark of Yahweh, Heavenly Father, unto him into the city of David, but David carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. Okay, Obed-Edom is a Levite that was in the region of Git, so Gath. This is Gath, by the way, but they're called Gittites. This is of Gath, and you can find that here, Joshua 21. You can see here the children of Kohath, and if you check out Obed-Edom, there's 2 Obed-Edom, one of Kohath and the other of an what's the other one again? Merari. The other one is of Merari. Okay, so those are the sons of Levi, by the way. Merari, Kohath, and what's the other one again? Damn. Anyway, Numbers chapter 3 shows you the 3 children of Levi. Okay, the family of Kohath, where were they living? They was living in Gath Rimmon and her suburbs, and they were there. So these are the Gittites. But we took the land, and you can see that here from whom we took the land. We took the land from them, from these people. We took their land. Hebron was from a Hamite, Canaanite, which is a Hamite, but still, it's a difference, you know, on Philistine and Canaan. You know, it's just Hamites. But anyway, so we took these places and more and more. These were just the ones that are mentioned in sync here in one blow. Okay, so we took that. And so, but you had Israelites living in those regions that we took over, and then we still kind of kept those names from you know, certain names we kept, like Apek we kept. Where is it? Here, Apek we kept that name. We kept the name of Lachish. I just saw it somewhere. Libnah, we kept that place too. Hebron, Gezer, we kept that name. Debed, we kept that name. Eglon, that name we kept. Jerusalem, we changed it from Jebusi to Jerusalem. And Carmel, we kept that one. Carmelites, as you can see here. One of the king, the wives of King David was named Abigail the Carmelites, and I think it's here actually. I think I put it here. No, this is Jezreel. I'll get to this one later. Then I think it's the other one here. Okay, so you had here Carmel. Carmel was next to Hebron. Hebron is where this whole region is Judah. And Lachish, I just read about that one actually. Lachish is here. It's spelled different. And Ziklag. And then let me see here. Lachish. And Lachish, I think here. It's somewhere here. Oh yeah, look at it here. And then you had this one, Hebron. But my point is that these are Hamite places that we took over. Megiddo. Esau used this word until this day. Project Megiddo, he called it. And you have the Kadesh, which is Kadesh, Judah. Well, Kadesh, yeah, Simeon, Judah. In that region down there, it's down. And the other one was Kadesh Naphtali, which is up there, which is in the tribe of Naphtali's region. But anyway, so that's that part. So a Carmelites is a Judite, and this one is kind of tricky to a certain degree. But it says right here, you see Jezreel, right? Jezreel. I have a point with all this. Here is the name Jezreel, and here is the name Shunem. Shunem. Okay, so these are the regions of, I'll get it for you. Joshua 19 and damn, I forgot that one. Joshua 19 and here 17. These are the places according to the places. Sorry, this is the inheritance of Zebulun from here to here. And among Zebulun, you had a Bethlehem and Zebulun. Bethlehem, yes. You had Zebulun Bethlehem, or Bethlehem Zebulun, and you had also Bethlehem Judah, right? But here you have an Issachar Jezreel, and this is Shunem, which is the woman that King David got when he was about to, you know, pass away. Here, she's a Shunammite. Where is she? Here, Shunammite. That's her. She's from the tribe of Issachar. But here, Jezreel is also Issachar. But if you go to Joshua 15, you will see that one of the here this whole chapter is oh, what am I doing? Well, I don't need to do that. This whole chapter, Joshua 15, this whole chapter is on to the tribe of Judah. It's let me see here, onto the families of Judah. Given unto the families of Judah. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Judah according to their families. Sorry. Ziklag, I just read that. And Lachish, I just read that too. Eglon, I just read that also. These are the places that we took from the Canaanites and also from the Philistines. And Libnah, I just read that. Okay, cool, cat. Now Ashdod, okay, cool. And then you have here going down, it's still here, Hebron. I just read that too. Showed you that too. No, it wasn't here. It was actually here. Here. Hebron is here. And then near that is Carmel, right? So it says here. Zip. I just saw Zip, by the way. Which is here. So you know it's talking about this one. Because you have Hebron, Zip, and then you have Carmel and Estemoa, something like that. Tekoa. But anyway, you have I think I'm looking for the other ones, but it doesn't matter if I don't find it. It's somewhere here. Maybe it's spelled different. Anyway, my point is that you have Carmel, Zip. Oh yeah, Manoah, no, Maon. Damn, Maon. Which is where did I put it? Here, Maon. Zip. Some maps have certain things more than details than others, but yeah. Anyway, Hebron, Zip, Carmel. Here, Carmel, Zip, Hebron, Carmel, Zip, and Moan all together near each other. So then, therefore, it should. Oh yeah, here's the point. And Jezreel. So you have Jezreel, Judah, and you have Issachar. Sorry, you have Jezreel, Israel. Sorry, you have Jezreel, Issachar, and you have here Issachar, and you have Jezreel, Judah. Okay, but I know that this one is 100% a Shunammite. If you look up that word in the Hebrew, it's going to show you. These are the Shunammites. That is the woman that was with King David when in the book of 1 Kings chapter 1. She was an Issacharite. But for the other wife of King David, whether she was a Jezreelite from Issachar or a Jezreelitess from, well, a Jezreelitess of Issachar or a Jezreelitess of Judah, I don't know. It doesn't say specifically. So that's not really how can I say it, salvation's sake. It's just to know so that you can narrow it down. A lot of people want to know things, you know. So yeah, you said like that. So now you have two things to guess about, and it doesn't matter because you are what your father is. So if he gets children with this one, the children are Judites. If he gets children with the Shunammite woman, those children are still Judites. So that part, it doesn't matter. But it's just fun to know, you know. But anyway, so going on. Okay, but remember the Jezreelite word, okay? I'll get to that later. 2 Samuel. Okay, so this is just an example to show you that certain people live in the region, but they are not of that thing, because this is an Ishmaelite, and this is talking about Gath. I did that in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 6. So if you really want to see how I link this word with the Hebrew and stuff like that and all that, and get Ramon, which is here. If you want to see how I link this word with this word, then I would advise you to go watch the video that I did here, or else I'm just gonna do too long. I don't want to do that right now. It's gonna take too long, because that's gonna set me back an hour or something like that. And yeah, I'm gonna leave that for another video, which I already did. So Lord willing, please forgive if you, I don't want to go up in there right now. It's gonna take long. So okay, so this one, okay. So now I'm gonna go here, 2 Samuel 17 and 25. What was that about? Okay, so it says here Israelite, and it says here Ithra. So I click on Hebrew 35:01. No, 35:01. Then it was here then. Okay, let me cover all this before I just jump over too much. Okay, so it says here Israelite, right? Hebrew 34:81. Hebrew 34:81. What does it say here? Yazaraiahla. Okay, so okay, it says there Yazaraiahla. Okay, so it says here. If I don't find it, then yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so in this chapter, what we're reading right now, what I'm reading right now is 2 Samuel chapter 17. It says his name is Ithra, and it says he's in Yazaraiahla. Okay, but in 2 Chronicles, wait, let me get it back. Here, Ithra, okay, which is this one, Yazaraiahla. Yeah, oh yeah, sorry. It says here, Yazaraiahla, Yashamaiahlaya. So it says here Yazaraiahla, and how many times is it actually written in the scriptures? This particular word and this mannerism of writing Yazaraiahla. It's only mentioned 2 times. One here, 2. And in what sense is it mentioned when it is mentioned? Let me do this for a second. It says here, and the son of an Israelitess woman, whose father was an Egyptian, Mizraim, went out among the children of Israel, Ishmaelite. And this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together together in the camp. This is a heathen child, so he is not an Israelite. That little kid, that little boy, and the Most High killed him for blasphemy. 2 Samuel 17:25, and that same word for that Israelite is Yazaraiahla. Oh, wow. Yazaraiahla, yeah, Yazaraiahla. That same word is used here. It's only mentioned 2 times in the entire Bible. This specific Strong's word is only mentioned 2 times in the Bible. Okay, and the first time it had to do with a so-called mixed breed. So-called mixed breed, you know, so-called mixed breed. His father was a Hamite. Okay, so now it is mentioned again as for Amasa. That same word is used for Amasa. Okay, so you might be like, huh? What's going on? Well, it doesn't specifically still explain him to be a Tyr. Why? Because this is an actual Israelite man. This is an actual Israelite man. Let me read it again. And the son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, so he was Mizraim, went out among the children of Israel, and this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel, this guy is an Israelite, strove together in the camp. So he's an Israelite, you know. And here that same word is used also for him, but it's only used 2 times in the scriptures. Okay, cool. So now okay, so now keep in mind that this Yazaraiahla, oh, wow. Keep in mind that it's written like this: Yazaraiahla Yeah. Yashamaiahlaya. Okay. Now I'm going to go further. Now I typed in the word Israelite. Now how many times does the word Israelite, specifically written like this, come forth in the scriptures? It only occurs 4 times in the scriptures. And this is the Greek 2475. I don't need to go there. And these are the Hebrew, which is, here it says Hebrew 3481. And here it is another form of it, Hebrew 37:6. Here do Hebrew 34:7-8. Okay. Let me see something. What did I put here? Okay. This one, 34:81, and that's in 2 Samuel's. It says Yazaraiahla, right? And the other one is then 37:6. Did I put it here already? Oh no. Which is Ayash, which goes into great man, because Ayash means man, but in this case, whose father was a great man. But yeah, Amasa, his father, was a great man. But anyway, let me go further. This other word here is Hebrew 34:78. It says Yasharahla. Okay, so now it doesn't say Yazaraiahla, it says Yazaraiahla. Okay, so this one says Yazaraiahla, and this one says Yazaraiahla. Okay, cool. So now going to over. Wait, let me see something here. Okay, Yazaraiahla. That's Israel. And it starts, the first time that word is used is in Genesis 32, when Israel got his name, Israel. When Jacob got his name as Israel. Okay, so remember this one. Hopefully you remember it. So now let me go further. So now I typed in the word Israelites with an S instead of like. Okay, that's only occurring 18 times in the scriptures, right? 18 times in the scriptures, and it's the same word. If I'm correct, let me see something. 34 and 78. It says here 21 times. It says here 18. Okay. Let me see. 18 times and 18 verses, and here it spells out that let me see, H 37:31. This one. Okay. These two are Greek. That's why it's not mentioned here. But it is 21 times. This Strong's is written 21. And then this one is then 18. Sorry, this word Israelites is written 18. And this one would be then 19 and 21, but that's not the Greek. So that's not the Hebrew. Sorry, this is the Greek. So let me not confuse myself, because okay. So yeah, that's 18 times written in the scriptures. This word Israelites. Let me say it good, man, because I think I'm not tricking myself, but I'm sorry, I'm stretching. I'm not. I don't think I'm explaining it good what I mean. So this word Israelites, I typed that in, and that word occurs 18 times. Okay. This individual word becomes 18 times. Okay. And then here you have it again here. That's why it's written double. This word Israel and this word Israelites. It's the same word. That's why it's written here multiple times and not 17. So here again is Israel and not Israelites. Okay, I shouldn't have put this because it actually made it more confusing. So sorry about that. So that's why I knew, like, I'm kind of tripping. Okay. So type this word Israel, Israelites. Here you get it 22 times. Here you get it 22 times. But the reason why it's written 22 times now instead of here 18 is because here it adds it it adds the ones which are also written with the S on the end. So that's why you see it multiple times more than the other one. This one you don't have to be specific. I don't even know if I use that word correct, but specific. Like Pacific Ocean. I think of the Pacific fucking Ocean. Okay, specific. Yeah. So this one you need to be accurate when you write, or else it's not gonna get it. It's programmed that way. And this one is, you can be a little bit more loose. It will try and still find it for you. Okay, so I think I can click this away. Okay, so now comes the word here in the Hebrew, which is 2 Samuel. You can see it here, 2 Samuel. Oh, you can see it here too. 2 Samuel 17 and 25, as you can see here. Okay, Absalom had appointed Amasa over the army in place of Joab. Amasa was the son of a man named Ithra the Ishmaelite. But what does it say here? It says hayasharahla. Hayasharahla. What is that? Yashamaiahlaya. That's what it says. Hayasharahla. Yeah. Hayasharahla. Okay, so what does it say there? It says this one. Yazaraiahla. Okay, let me then do this here. I have a point because it gets really tricky, but yeah. Oh, you can't see it? Can't see it? Wait, here. Okay, so this first one is here, yeah. The second one, look like a W, is here, sha. The third one is ra. The fourth one is a. The fifth one is la. Where is that one? Yeah. Here, la. Okay, here. So what does it say? It says ya, sha, ra, a, la. Yasharahla. Okay, that's one. And then going back to here, sorry. It says this one then. Here. It says ha. So it says here ha, this one. And then the same thing, Yasharahla. So it says Yashamaiahlaya. And then in front of it, it says ha. And then at the end, it says ya. So it's ya. So it's ha, Yazaraiahla, ya. Hayasharahla. Hayasharahla. So it's this one. Ha, ya, sha, ra, a, la, ya. Hayasharahla. Hayasharahla. What does it say here? Halalawaya. Yeah, that's what it says right there. Halalawaya. But that's not what I typed in. Oh, sorry. That's not what I typed in. Yeah. So, okay. Let me go back over. This is what it is. Hayasharahla. Okay. So that's what it says here. It doesn't say Ishmaelite. Here, not. Somewhere else it does. But here it says Yazaraiahlayah. Okay. Now, if you go again here, sorry. Now, 2 Samuel 17:25, it says here, Ithra. And here it says hayasharahla. Okay, so it says that here too, right? Just like it says here, that it says it, or writes it. Okay, now I'm going to go to 2 Chronicles, sorry. 1 Chronicles chapter 7, no. 1 Chronicles chapter 2, verse 17. So, it says here, Jether. So that's Hebrew 3500. No, not yet. Okay, so 3500. Wow. Oh. Should I just click on that one then? So I'm going to go too far. Okay. Let me just stick to here. So okay, here it says Hebrew 3500. It says Yathar. Yathara. And then you type in Yathar. Yathar. Okay. So this is Yathar, and that is Jether. This is exactly translated to the English. Okay, so now that's one part. That's good. And the word that his name means abundance. And you also had the father-in-law, which is spelled different. In the English, it's spelled Jethro. Oh shit, I didn't spell it good. Oh, it's spelled. Okay, cool. Here. Right. So it says here Jethro. But if you go to the English, Exodus chapter 18, I want this one. Here is spelled different again. See, Hebrew 3500 and Hebrew 3503. It's the same thing. Here 3503, because this one is the same as this. Pardon. But in the English, it's spelled different. Jethro, right? So it says here, Yatharawa. Yatharaw. It says here, Yatha. Wow. Wa. Yatharawa. But you say and then Yatharaw. 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 Well, Yatharaw. Right? That's what you say here. So that's what it's spelled. So that name is, but it's the root word of this thing. It's actually this. Yathar. So it's the same thing. Okay, that it's like hibernation and hibernating and hibernation, stuff like that, you know? Hibernation, you know, hibernating. Wait, let me give you an example. What's the other one? Hibernation, hibernating, hibernation, and hibernate. Hibernate. Oh, butchered it. No, hibernating. Right, hibernating is when he's doing it. Hibernation is the word itself, or something like that. And hibernate is it had the I do know how to explain it, but I can't say it. Wow. Hibernating, yeah. Using hibernation. There, I know what I mean, but I can't explain. But listen, it's the noun form refer. Okay, yeah. Here, I think it's hibernate is the firm meaning to pass the winter. Okay, hibernation is the referring to the state of being. Yeah. And hibernating is the present. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's the thing. Damn, let me make a picture of this one. Right, it's kind of the same word, but it originates from this word, hibernate. But it's, you know, well, that's kind of the same thing with this name. It's sometimes it's spelled a little bit. Look, let me give you an example. Look here. They still have it until this day. Okay, the name James is what? The name James is actually Jacob. It means supplanter. May the Heavenly Father protect. It. Wow, why doesn't it show the rest? It's gone. They took it from me. Fucking devils. Anyway, Diego, that's Jacob. Koba, like Kobe Bryant, that's Jacob. James is Jacob. So now when you talk about King James Bible, you're actually talking about King James Bible. Why? Because the word Jacob is here. Forms of James. Jas. That's why when you short it off, you say the book of James. Well, that's about kind of same. The book of James is actually the book of Jacob in the Bible. Jimbo is Jacob. Jimmy, like Jimmy Carter. Sorry, Jim Carrey. I wanted to say Jim Carrey. Jimmy Carrey, Jimmy, whatever. Jimi Hendrix is James. Which is Jacob. Did I just say Jim Carter? Okay. In the African, it's Jacobus. So James in the African is Jacobus, or Kos, or Kobus, or Jacko, or Yako. You have also Kobe. Damn, I put it somewhere. I know it's somewhere. Kobe, like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, his name is actually Jacob Bryant. That's his name. Jacko. They called Jacko Wacko. You know, Michael Jackson, they call him Jacko Wacko. Actually, they was calling him Crazy Jacob. Like Jacko Wacko. Like Jacob Crazy. Because Jacko is Jacob. Right? So, okay, that's that part. You have Diego. You have Iego. Which it used to be an I, and now it's a J. Kobe once more. And I had a few, man. Where did I put them? I know I marked them, but Diego, Jacob. This is all here. Jacob. Santo Diego is also Jacob. Santo Jacob, Saint Jacob, actually. If you say Santo Diego or Santiago, sorry. You say Santiago or Santo Diego, it's the same thing. It's Saint Jacob. That's what it means. Seized by the heel. That's what it also goes into, the definition of it. So yeah, that's the same thing that happened here with Jethro and Jethro, or Yathara, or Yatharau, and all that there, right? So that's that. Okay, so enough of this. Okay, Jethro, I can take it away. Jethro, the priest, his name is also Jether. You know, they're just very irritating. But Lord willing, you're gonna find it out, because the Most High is gonna show you. He's gonna show you, like, okay, that's what it is. Here, Jethro. Here, it says right here. Jether and Jethro. Jethro, or Jethro. It depends on how you want to say it. Here he spells it once more again, different. Jether. Okay, so that's that part. Okay, so let me go. I hope you're still following. So sorry. So Jether, which is Jethro, and okay, Ishmaelite. Okay, this one. What does it say here? It says it right here. So this is Yathar, which is this one. Yeah. Yathar. Ha. Ya. Sha. Hayasha. So it's already different. Well, let me get this right here. It says here. It's not already different. These are the first three ones that the other ones has also. So it says here. Ya. Oh, sorry. So it says ha. Maybe I need a different one. Let me see. Yeah, for this one I need a different one. Okay, so it says one is ha, is here, ha. And then the small one is ya, so haya. Sha is sha, hayasha. And then ma, which is here, hayashama. And then the I is here, hayashamai. And then the a and la is this one, a and la, hayashamaiahlaya, ya, and then the ya in the end. So what does it say? It says this, and ha ya sha ma I a la ya, hayashamaiahlaya. It's, and who's that? Hayashamaiahlaya. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this word, which is, so now 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 17. And Abigail bare Amasa. And father of Amasa was Jethro, Jether, Jether, whatever, Ithra. It's all the same. So let me get it across. This one, Jether, and let me get it here. So this one, Jether, and Ithra is the same thing. They just spelled it different. And a lot of times in the book of Chronicles, here's Chronicles. A lot of times in the book of Chronicles, the names are changed. The names are changed. So when you read Chronicles, you'll be like, what? And also in 1 Kings and 2 Kings. If you go to 1 Kings chapter, I think 12 or something, I don't know anymore. chapter 10, if I'm correct. And then you go to the book of Jeremiah 35, you will see that they changed the name. But when you go to the Hebrew, it's the same thing. They just added on another word in the Hebrew there, and therefore it changes in the other chapter, other book, I should say, not chapter of that same book. I mean an other book of, right. So that's that part, and then going back to over. Okay, so these are Jether and Ithra are the same two words. Okay, and then what does it say here? Okay. So now I'm going to click on Hebrew 34. Wait, let me see something here. So wait. Before I go on, I will... Okay, so here I clicked on 3500, which is 3500, which is Yathar. And the meaning of it is abundance. And then I go to the word here, Itara, which is 3501. And that is... Yathara. 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 What was it? Let me see. Yathara. Yeah, Yathara. Okay, but you can say Yathar. Yathara. Sorry. You don't have to say Yathara. For example, Michael. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what he wants you to, what he says that his name is. If his name is Michael, or Mikael, or Mikael, or Michael, it's the same thing, motherfucker. You just pronounce it different, or write it different. Yeah, but it all means also abundance. So Ithra or Yathara means abundance, and then Yathar also means abundance. So those two words are the same thing. Now comes the problem to where wait, let me read on. So now if you read the Septuagint, and I also have it in the Greek. So if you read this one here, in the Greek, I can't read Greek. But if I do this and translate it, oh, it says right here. Here, it says here, and Jethro, now it's spelled different again, is, oh, it says Israeli, which goes into Israelite, but it's spelled with the ya at the end, right? Okay, so remember that part. And then here in the book of the Septuagint, sorry, it says Jezreel. Okay, here it says Jezreel, right? Jether. Okay, Jezreel. Okay, cool. And then here in the Septuagint once more, the First Chronicles chapter 2 verse 17, it says another verse again, Yator the Ishmaelite. Right. So I can just click this away already right now because it's basically the same. I just showed you about the Septuagint. This might take long, sorry about that, but if I do this, then you will get it faster, because then next time when you explain it, you can do it faster. It's better. But I just want to show you every things. Okay, so here it says Ishmaelite. That's what it says. Because if you click on this, Hebrew 34:59, it also all of a sudden it says something totally different compared to this one. See, here says Yazaraiahla Jezreelite, but here it says hayasharahla. So they're playing around, but Lord willing, like I said, he's gonna figure out a way for you to get it. So now I got like 4 definitions of 4 different things, or actually 3. Hayasharahla, Yazaraiahla. And then the other one that's loose is an Ishmael. I forgot that word, but anyway, it's not this one. Here also says Yazaraiahla, so the one here is actually more correct. Hayasharahla. Okay, so to this one. Okay. So this one is Yashamaiahlaya. Actually, it says hayasharahla, but this is the point is it's Israel. And then you have Jether. I don't need this one anymore because it's both the same. Okay, now comes the tricky one. Here it says Yashamaiahlaya. It's Ishmael. Okay. Now it says here that he's an Ishmaelite, but in the other scripture it says he's an Israelite. Okay. I can click this away. Okay, so now I'm gonna use, you know, when I was talking about the wife of King David, that I don't know where she's from 100% specifically, because there's two places that are called Jezreel. Okay, so now here the word Jezreelite, it's Hebrew 31:59. How does that start? Yazaraiahla Jezreelite. Wow, it's a mouthful. Yazaraiahla, and then you leave this one. Yazaraiahla, right? Yazaraiahla. That. Okay, that's Jezreel. Okay, so now Jezreel. Pardon. Jezreel is also known as a nickname for the entire nation of Israel, but it's also a place in Judah, and it's also a place in Issachar. Okay, but remember how this one is spelled. It starts with the Yazaraiahla Jezreel. Okay. Then what's this one? Is it the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, where's this one again? Oh, no, maybe 31. Okay, that's that part, and I think I can click this one away. I'll get back to it later because there's too many tabs open. I don't know. I'm losing. I'm lost. Losing where I was. Okay, here. And, okay, let me see. Ah, got it. Okay. 5130. 3157. 3157. Okay, got it. So I can click this. Okay, so check this out. So now the word Jezreel is Hebrew 3157. So of course, if you click that, what will you get? You will get Yazaraiahla. Yazaraiahla. That's Jezreel. But the other one was Jereelite. Well, wow. It's this word, man. Is a tha at the end. The tha makes it basically feminine. Here, feminine. It makes it feminine. And then this one here, it's basically a masculine. This one is without the tha at the end is masculine, and with the tha at the end, it would then therefore be what word? Feminine. Wow, let me color this word, man. Okay, masculine also. Where's it? What? I just didn't even see it. No. Yeah, it's good to it doesn't matter what color it is. Okay. So this one is the masculine form, but it still it begins the same, but it just does not stop with a tha at the end. Okay, so now that is out the way, So now going to, I already have this. Did I click it on this? Okay, right. So now, okay, I don't need this anymore because that's the Greek. This is also the Greek, but in this Greek, it doesn't say Ishmaelite when it is translated into the English. It says hayasharahla. It actually says an Israelite, the Israelite, or something like that. Something like that. The Israelitish, like Israelitish, that, like the Israelitish woman, her son. That word comes here. Okay, so now I'm going back to over here.